Hello, and welcome to the first of 3 short lessons on packaging up and sharing your data. In this lesson, we'll keep things simple. We're going to add some additional metadata to the map so we can export it. We'll export it as a map package, which contains all of the information needed to reconstruct the map. And then we'll open a map package. That's all we'll do in this lesson, but in the next lesson, I'll show you how to upload it to ArcGIS Online and share it. And then in the lesson after that, I'll show you how to do the same thing as we're going to do in this lesson, but for just individual layers in your map. As I said, the first thing we're going to want to do is add some additional metadata. So I'm going to go to File, and then I will select Map Document Properties. And that'll bring up a dialog here with some basic information about the map document. To start with, let's put in some summary information about the map. To do that, let's review what this map is about. It's a map of hardhead fish species and where it's located in California. We saw a more complete version of this map when we did the lesson on making map books. So let's just put something like what I just said in the summary box. Describes the location of hardhead in the state of California. And for now, I'll skip a description, but you could put a more thorough bit of information about your map document there. Put the author as myself, and credits to UC Davis Center for Watershed Sciences, where we made this. And then tags, I might put fish, hardhead, range, things like that. And then for hyperlink base, I'll put the website where you can get information about this project. So I'll put http pisces.ucdavis.edu. And I can do a few other things. I can delete my thumbnail and make a new one, but I'm going to leave all that in place. And this will be enough metadata for what I'm doing right now. And it'll help somebody figure out where to get more information about this project and what this is describing. It's not meant to be a substitute for the more complete metadata that you actually attach to your feature classes. This is just the type of stuff that would show up if you were going to share it online. Okay, so let's close it out now, and we'll begin by packaging up our map package. So we'll go to File, and then Share As, Map Package. It's offering to let me save it to a file directly or to upload it to my ArcGIS Online account. In this lesson, I'm going to save it to a file. Next lesson, we'll upload it online and see what we can do there. If I switch over to item description, I can fill out a lot of that same metadata that I needed before, but I can do it from this dialog too. It'll get saved to the map document either way. And then note that it's also offering to update the missing metadata in this document based upon the item description fields. Those are the metadata on the layers. And one more thing I can do is I can add any additional files I want to this package, and then I can deliver them to the end user that way. So I'll go back here, and I'm going to click Analyze. And it looks like I messed something up here. And it says map document description is required for packaging. So when I put in that summary, but not the description, I needed to do a description in order to package this up and send it off. So I'll add a description in now, and I'll put something similar to what I put before. And then I will click Analyze again. And there are no items to show. It has no errors or warnings for me. So we're good to go. Now I'll click Share. And it warns me that it needs to be saved before it can create the map package. Would I like to save and do that now? Yes, I would. So it's saving it back to the spot where this map document was already saved. And then it starts doing some work. And depending upon the size of your map document, it may take longer or shorter. In practice, I've found that if I have large raster data, map packages are a little difficult to work with. I shouldn't send too much data through a map package because ArcGIS seems to have a hard time packing it up in those cases. But I've successfully sent packages as large as 500 megabytes or even a gigabyte. But beyond that, I've had some trouble. It's been a little hit and miss. So just be warned. Okay, so it tells me that the map package has been exported and it gives me the path to it. So I can click OK. And now let's just take a look at the map package itself. And to start with that, I'm going to close Arc and we'll go to my desktop. And here's the map package here. Let's double click it to open it up. ArcGIS will handle that. And while it's decompressing it because it's a single compressed file here, let's take a look inside the map package. So if I right click on it and I'm going to open it up with archive utilities, a file that, or a tool that handles zip files, because that's what this is. And I can see that it has a bunch of different folders. So let's just take a quick look in this version 10.3 folder here. And what we have is we have a map document and we have a file geodatabase. Basically, what map packaging does is it goes and retrieves all the resources from wherever they are on your hard drive and makes them go into a geodatabase in your map package, and then it provides a map document. This is how it's always stored, but it just rewrites all the paths and creates a single package that works so that when you send it to somebody and they put it in a new folder and import it, it works for them. So we can go see that in action now. If I close this and look at the new map document, it's the same title, but if I right click on one of these layers and go to properties, I'll take a look at the data source tab and notice that it's in my home folder, my user profile folder, but then it's in documents, ArcGIS packages. That's where it extracts map packages to. And then it gives it this unique folder name here. And then it's stored just like we saw, that version 10.3 folder, and then the file geodatabase that was in the zip file there. In practice, this is important to know because if you receive a map package and you just double click to open it, you don't know really where your data is stored. It's no longer going to be stored inside the map package. If I click save on this map document, it's not writing those changes back into the map package. The map package is just a container for transmitting the information. But once I open it up on my machine, it extracts it all to a new folder. This folder right here inside packages, right in here. So again, if I make a bunch of changes to this map document and save it out, I need to know that I go retrieve those changes from this folder here, or I need to package it up and send it back to whoever else at that point. So let's close this one out. And the last thing to mention for this lesson is a lead into the next lesson, which is this file is ready to transmit to somebody else. I can put it in a Dropbox or on a shared directory at my company or something like that, and they can open it up and use it at that point. It's not the best vehicle for sharing information with people if you're going to do a lot of collaborative edits. You'd be better off making your map document able to be accessed in a shared location at that point. But when you're sending off kind of a final product or a bunch of data to somebody else, a map package can be really useful. In the next lesson, I'll show you a few ways to do that, and a way that you're going to do in the final project for this class is upload this to your ArcGIS Online account and set it to be publicly accessible so that you can share it with people. Okay, and that's it for this lesson. In this lesson, I just showed you how to edit the map document properties so you can export a map package, and then how to open a map package up and access the data that's inside it. See you in the next lesson on sharing packages.